everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, we are still working our scraps, and today's project is fabulous. Stay tuned. Y'all, this is just a small portion of my scrap pile from Christmas 2022 crafting. And as most of you know, scraps build up very quickly, but sometimes we let them sit because we don't have that many scrap craft ideas for using them. But that is not going to be the case today. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new subscribers and to all of my new friends. Welcome back to all of my longtime subscribers and longtime friends. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you guys so much for the wonderful ways that you show up for me on my channel, on my website, every single day. Thank you so very much. Even if you're new to paper crafting, the one thing that the beginning paper crafter has in common with the seasoned paper crafter, scraps. A good majority of the time that we craft, we're going to have some scraps left over. And today's project is an awesome, and I mean absolutely awesome way to use some of our paper scraps as well as some of our chipboard scraps. So I have moved my scraps over to the side because I want today's scrap project to be the focal point on my desk. It is absolutely fabulous. I'm going to give you a closer look in just a minute. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So I have zoomed all the way out so that I can give you the full overhead view of what we're making today. We are making the most delightful paper Christmas trees in their own holder. This is perfect for home decor. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be using those that I make today as home decor. But it is perfect for home decor. It is also perfect if you wanted to turn this into a cute little gift basket. You can do that as well because the inside will give you plenty of room to be able to do that. Now we have 3 different sizes of trees. We have a 10-inch, an 8-inch, and a 6-inch. Both of them start with 4-inch wide paper, and I'm going to show you how I'm cutting these and then how I'm mounting them to my little box here. So I built a box, added some stickers and a little platform, and we have the cutest little collection of paper Christmas trees. And when finished, the box measures 7 by 4 3/4, and it's 2.5 inches deep. So here is what you're going to need to make it. I have already selected my scraps, so I have a piece of scrap chipboard, and this chipboard just happens to measure 2 7/8 by 12. I will be cutting it down to 2 7/8 by 7 3/8. And then I have 3 pieces of scrap paper. I'm going to have one that measures 6 by 4, one that measures 8 by 4, and one that measures 10 by 4. So I'll be cutting 2 of these down. Then I have some small wooden dowels that I got from the Dollar Tree. These are about 6 or 7 inches, but you can use barbecue skewers, you can use popsicle sticks, you can use pipe cleaner. Whatever it is that you want to use for your tree trunks, you can. I could have painted these, but I decided to leave them in their raw, natural state, and I think that worked out beautifully on my project. So we're going to go ahead and make the trees first. So I'm going to take one piece, and I am going to cut it down to 8, and it's already 4 inches wide. Then I'll take this piece, and I'm going to cut it down to 6. And it is already 4 inches wide. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut it down to 4 by 10. So these are my sizes: 10 by 4, 8 by 4, 6 by 4. And so we're going to take each piece on the 4-inch side, and we're just going to make a little notch at 2. We're not going to score all the way down. We just want a little notch at the center point. And it'll be 2 on all of these. So I've zoomed in so that you can see what I'm doing. There's my mark. I'm going to take my ruler, place it on that mark, and then I'm just going to turn it to the edge of my piece. And then I'll just cut. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. So I'm just going to position it on my mark, angle it out to the edge, and cut. And now I have one sweet little Christmas tree. And we're going to do this with all three pieces. So we're going to find that center point, and then we angle out and we cut. Flip it over and do the same thing. And there is tree number 2. And then we're going to do our 10-inch tree. I'm just going to zoom out. So now I'm going to take my ruler, place it on that mark that I made at 2, angle over to the edge, and cut. Then I'm just going to flip it over and do the same thing on this side. I'm just flipping because it's easier for me to cut from the right side of the paper. And now there is tree number 3. You're going to have these pieces left over. You can do something with them if you like. I am just going to toss mine because I really don't need to keep them. So now that we have our trees, I'm going to flip them to the back side because we're going to place down our little wooden dowels here. So I am just going to take some glue. Y'all, this is very simple. I am just going to add the glue to the dowel like this. Hopefully you can see that glue on there. Then I'm just going to take it and put it in the middle wherever I want it. And then we're just going to hold it down. And then we're going to do the other one in the same way. So I have them lined up like this. I'll take this dowel and I'm going to put it down. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just lining it up so that it's even at the bottom and fairly even there. Then I'm going to take my glue, put my glue on the third one. Make sure that's up there. And I'll take this dowel. I'm going to put it down, keeping it fairly even with the others. So I have my dowels on the back. Easy peasy at this point, right? And we're just going to move these over because we want to make a box. And so to make our box, I am going to use a piece of 12 by 12 medium weight red cardstock. And on one 12-inch side, we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch and at 4 3/4. We're going to rotate it to the opposite 12-inch side. We scored here and here. And we're going to score again at 3/4 of an inch and 4 3/4. Then we'll rotate it to the non-scored side and we're going to score at 2 1/2. Rotate it to the opposite non-scored side and score at 2 1/2 again. And then we are going to fold and burnish all of our scores. And then once we have folded and burnished all of our scores, we're going to remove 2 corner pieces from one end. So I am simply going to remove these 2 corner pieces like this. Then with it turned towards me like this, we are going to free this center tab here. So with it facing you like this, go up to that score mark and drag straight down through the middle. Then I am just going to angle that piece a little bit, and then I'm going to reduce it. But I'm also going to angle these pieces because it'll just give a little decorative outside to the side of our box. Not sure if you can see that, but it's just a little decorative touch. So let's do the same thing on this end. We'll go to that second score mark and drag straight down. And then we'll angle in, angle in. Then I'll angle in here and here. So far your piece should look like this. Then we're going to, on this small narrow flap here, we're just going to angle on both sides of the score mark. And so now your piece looks like this. We are ready to put it together. So I am going to take my glue. We'll add some glue right here at the top on that tab. And then we're going to add glue to this piece. And this is the piece that has the little fold over tab. Then we'll just stand this up like this. Stand this up and match all of our pieces. And you'll know that they're matched because you'll be able to fold that flap in. And now I'll just go in with my big old spatula. And we'll do the same thing over here. So I'm just going to take my glue, place a little bit of glue there. Then I'll fold this flap backwards for a minute. And we're going to place our glue. Like this. Then I'll fold this piece over, and now I'll take this top flap and fold it in. This will help me to know that I have everything nice and aligned. Then I can go in with my big old spatula, get it stuck. Then I'm just going to add glue to these pieces, and we're going to fold them in. I'll just go ahead and fold these over, and then I'll go back with my big old spatula and we'll get everything nice and stuck. So we're just going to stick these. And then I have these little vinyl stickers. Now I could have cut these out on my Cricut, but instead I just decided to buy them from Amazon so that I can show you guys that you don't have to have a Cricut. If you don't have a Cricut, you do have other ways of getting these vinyl stickers. I think I got 11 sheets of these for $8 and they're already pre-cut. And if you don't have a Cricut, for me that would be a very good deal because I'd be able to make my own words like I'm doing here. I think what I'm going to do is just spell out my word, and I think this time I'm going to go with the word hope. Now when I did the first one, I actually put the word down before I put the box together, and that's what I should have done here, but I didn't. So I am just going to make this work. If you wanted to use transfer tape, you could, but I'm just doing it by lifting it up from the carrier sheet and just eyeballing my placement. So I'm going to grab my P. We're going to place that right here. And if I don't feel like it's straight, I can always lift up and fix it. So did I get it centered perfectly? No, I didn't, but that's okay. I'm just going to leave it. So now that we have the word hope like that, hopefully our little trees are dry and we can put them in the box. So just like on the other one, I want my larger trees in the back and that smaller tree in the front. This is going to be very easy how I do it. I'm simply going to take some glue, place the glue on the tree trunk. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to place it down against the paper like that. And then I'll take the other one. We'll do the same thing. So I'm actually just gluing this to the box. We're going to place that right there. And of course, we'll have to give these a chance to dry before I can put on the one in the front. And so because I want to finish this off on the inside, I'm going to take this piece of 7 by 1/2 inch scrap and I'm going to place it down. Now right now you can't really see what I'm doing, but you'll see in just a minute what I did. So I'm just taking this and putting it down on the inside just to sandwich in my trees and to give me a decorative finish to the top because it hides the mechanics of the trees. So I'll show you in just a minute. So let's see if I can hold that up and show you. I just took that strip and put it along the top there. So we do need to give these a chance to dry, and then we'll do the front. So while the trees are drying, we're going to take that piece that measures 7 3/8 by 2 7/8, and we're going to go ahead and make the base for that. And I am pulling in a piece of scrap paper to cover this as well. So I'm going to put one more little piece down. We're going to take this piece and we're simply going to put it down so that we can cover it. So I'll put it down like that. I'm going to trim out a border. Wasn't my greatest trim. Then I'm just going to stand this up, fold it over, and get it used to being folded. Then I'm just going to take my finger blade and we're going to miter the edges. Then I'm going to use my tape runner and just add some tape on all 4 sides of that paper. And we're just going to fold over. Y'all, this really is one of those easy peasy projects that you can whip up in no time using scraps. So then I'll take my big old spatula. We're going to make sure that we have all of our paper nice and stuck. Then I'm just going to take a little scrap piece and we're going to put it on the inside like that. So I am just going to place this down and eyeball where I need to cut, and we're going to trim off that piece and we'll trim it to straighten it just a little bit. It won't be perfect, but this is going to be the underside of our cute little home decor piece. So I'm just going to take some glue, run some glue along the edge and in the middle, and now we can put this down right in there. And let's just get that nice and stuck. We can flip that over, set it to the side for just a minute. So now we can take some glue, put it on this side, and then we're just going to stick it right here in the front where it says hope. So put it wherever you want, and then let's give this a moment to dry. Then I'm going to take another 7 by 1/2 inch strip, put some glue on that, and we're going to cover the trunk of that front tree just like we did the 2 in the back. So I'm just going to take this, put it in, and put it down. And so now we can take the bottom and add some glue to the base of our box. And I'm going to be very generous with my glue. And now we can take it and put it on our base. And when I put it down, I'm just going to be checking it to make sure that it's even on all four sides. Then when I know that it is, I am just going to take it and really rub it against my desk to get that glue nice and set up. And then I'm just going to take some shredded paper and put some shredded paper on the inside. Now you can put some tissue paper underneath the shredded paper to reduce the amount of shredded paper that you have to use on a project like this. But I am pretty doggone pleased with how that looks. So then the last thing that I'm going to do, and y'all, this is completely optional, but I'm just going to take some twine, double that twine, then I'm just going to put it around my box like so. And then we're just going to tie a little bow, a twine bow, right here on the end. And like I said, this is completely optional. You might have other ways that you want to decorate yours. I am a minimalist, so I am keeping mine very simple. So then I'm going to trim off that, trim off that, slide that up just a little bit, slide that up. And y'all, didn't that turn out beautifully? Mine will be one and done, so I won't be storing these for next year because they're scraps and I can very quickly make them again next year if I want. But if you want to reinforce your box with chipboard, you can. If you want to even mount your trees to chipboard to get a harder tree, you definitely can do that as well. You would need to package these very carefully for them to be of use to you next year. But look at how gorgeous both of these are. These could very easily flank your mantle or an entryway table, even decor in the bathroom or on the dining room table as your centerpieces. These are gorgeous, simple to make, and we use scraps. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this fabulous, fun way to take your scraps and turn them into projects like this. If you have enjoyed this video, and y'all know I certainly hope that you have, please hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.